Hello, welcome back and welcome in. My name is Nikki Wheeler. If you're interested in gaming, go subscribe to my other channel and follow my Twitch to see my gaming live. Now, let's start this video. Today, I will be discussing Lizzo. She is most known for her Truth Hurts and Good as Hell singles with the 'Cause I Love You album, but she has had a much longer career before that, starting in 2013 with her first official album titled Lizzo Bangers. It's an alternative hip-hop record consisting of 13 songs, of which I picked out some of my favorites. Starting with T-Baby, this song covers what I believe to be societal expectations and empowerment. She confronts those who's once doubted her by asserting her confidence and dismissing their ignorance. Lizzo also references her humble origins and the challenges she's faced, highlighting her resilience. This is a theme we will see in almost all of her work. The bridge briefly touches on Lizzo's work ethic and highlights her pride. I think this bridge was one of the best parts of the song just because it followed such a nostalgic pattern. It wasn't quick, but it wasn't necessarily slow either. It was a well-paced rhythm that allowed you to be smacked across the face politely. It was a nice dose of her story and how she wants to be perceived. I think this song follows in the footsteps of a lot of Afro swing music with the drum pattern and dark chords in it. It just makes you feel like you're a part of the story she was telling. The next song I wanted to pull was Faded. This song was almost strictly just one verse, split in half by a hook, going off about individuality and self-importance. The actual delivery is a mash between Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes. Kind of in a bad way. I liked it though. I find it weird that I liked it, to be honest. It had a UK rap R&B feel and still included those elements of Afro swing and normal hip-hop. She showed off her rapping skills more than her writing capabilities, even though they weren't horrible here either. I think it had many points to improve, but I can't really steer it into a direction because it is a stylized song meant to just go, go, go. I can see why it wasn't necessarily liked, but I think it had its audience and was made and met. The last song I wanted to mention was Batches and Cookies. The playful wordplay, cultural references, and assertive language combine to create a song that is both empowering and engaging. Sophia Iris's verse delves into a mix of sensuality and defiance. She juxtaposes sweet imagery like sugar sweet and cinnamon of skin with assertive lines about protecting oneself. The combination of dreamlike references and gritty honesty reflects a complex and multifaceted identity. It just made for one of the best songs from this period in her career. The whole album was less cohesive than it probably was intended just because it took so many influences in and combined them instead of taking small pieces here and there to form her own personality. I think she took herself more seriously as an independent artist and allowed her creativity to flow more in her second studio album that came out a year later titled Big Girl Small World. The first song I pulled was titled Betcha. She addressed a partner who may have underestimated her by emphasizing her financial independence, intelligence, and refusal to conform to stereotypes with the line, "Pick up the whole damn check, plus the tip." The final section of the song introduces elements of defiance and liberation with references to breaking free from limitations and embracing one's individuality. It was clear this was the start of a new wave for Lizzo and how she wanted to grow as an artist, fully embracing the hip-hop aspect of her inspirations and making a new dark-chorded beat. I think she was still trying to improve her pen at this point because I don't think this song was lyrically her best either, which comes in later on the next album. She has a good idea of what she's trying to say on this song and she delivers it well, but I think her references and actual wordplay could be amped up much more and improve the record overall. You can tell she was feeling herself in the record, that's for sure, as she always is. The next song was One Deep. This song's setup is what confused me because I believe it starts with a verse, goes into a hook, then into a bridge, back into a second verse, then another hook. It flows somewhat nicely, and it's lyrically an improvement to me from the last song, but its structure made me think a lot harder than I probably had to. That may just be my brain not working on some level and be user error though. Either way, lyrically, she speaks about and touches on the themes of family relationships, self-reflection, and the complex emotions that come with facing challenges and inner turmoil. The first verse is my favorite part of the song because it highlights a self of disconnect and emotional turmoil within the family unit. There's a sense of relatability, indirectly, of course, because it seemed much more personal to Lizzo, but it makes you think about yourself and why you're listening to the song in the first place. The lyrics paint a picture of solitude and inner conflict while also adding in that feeling of solace in a way. Overall, It's a poignant hip-hop and R&B track that shows the gravity of Lizzo's story growing up. I loved its pensive attitude, and it brings up memories of Aretha Franklin and her beautiful lyricism. The last song from this record I wanted to talk about was My Skin. This song is a powerful anthem about self-love and embracing one's identity, particularly focused on the experience of being a black woman. The song celebrates the uniqueness and beauty found in one's skin and highlights the journey of learning to love and appreciate oneself despite societal pressures and expectations. It brings back in the soul to music and appreciation for previous R&B and soul musicians like Stevie Wonder, Roberta Flack, and Etta James. My favorite part of this song was verse 3, as it went into America as a topic and the reason why so many people in the world feel so negatively about their skin here. She states that she wears her flaws on her sleeve and her skin is a part of her beauty and what makes her beautiful, and no one can take it away from her. It was just a beautiful statement piece that holds true today. Next is the iconic and breakthrough major label studio album 'Cause I Love You, released in 2019. We all know the song Truth Hurts, but I wanted to talk about some of the other songs, all of which are still really popular, but I wanted to start with Juice. I have never not liked this song. When it came out, I was attached to it. This is one of those ride or die songs for me, for real. She is unapologetic and fierce throughout the entire thing, including funk and disco woven throughout this pop track. Lizzo also uses her song to take back blame from men who have tried to make her feel less worth than she is, embracing her individuality and making it clear to anyone listening that she can stand on her own. She dances to her own drum, and that's the whole point of this song. It has a sick rhythm and is a danceable bop. There is no shame, and the lyrics just flow so easily. It has the perfect feeling, and the more pop Lizzo weaves through her songs, I think the better. The second song I liked was Soulmate. In the lyrics, Lizzo reflects on past relationships, particularly with a Gemini, symbolizing duality and inconsistency. She realizes that relying on others' validation and love only leads to disappointment, which leads to embracing her individuality and discovering that she doesn't need anyone else to feel complete and whole. The song uses many elements, including pop, some hip-hop for the verses, and electronic. It's a bustful, booming, and sonorous track that I could leave on repeat for a while. Moving on to the last song from this album, Good as Hell. It's another one of the most iconic from this era from hers, being included in TikTok trends and many confidence playlists. The chorus is a mantra to the same themes of self-love and not needing a toxic cycle. The pre-chorus speaks directly to letting go of a relationship that is no longer serving you and finding the strength to walk away. It's a traditional pop song with a catchy hook, repetitive but amazing chorus. I love the harmony within the song and how she is playful and is in tune with herself and the meaning of the song. It's simple and it stays that way throughout the track. This album is definitely one of her most cohesive and consistent, with every song feeling like a joyous experience to listen to. They flow well and don't muddle together. It feels like a perfect project and something non-replicable. Finally, we move into her fourth and last album so far, titled Special. It was released in 2022 and followed the lead single About Damn Time, which was an inescapable hit with a TikTok dance going viral. The songs I really wanted to talk about were Break Up Twice, Birthday Girl, and If You Love Me. Through her hit album, 'Cause I Love You, Lizzo went through the type of award-winning, platinum-selling, globally recognized success that could leave artists feeling overwhelmed and unsure of their future. Luckily, this hasn't been the experience with this album. After earning the adoration of her fans, she turned to this fan base to support her endeavor and to further this disco, classical rock, and R&B era while staying true to herself lyrically. Break Up Twice is about a relationship she is enduring currently and not willing to break up again and hash out the issues with communication. She acknowledges that her love hurts, but her partner knows her worth and is willing to put effort in to make things right. The bridge suggests that this love is a real thing and takes time to grow and flourish. It has nice vitality and an overall good look on issues within herself and her personal and romantic situations, which can reflect to her audience. I loved the outlook she had on this album and this song in particular because it shows her character and how personal this album was, which was one of the reasons it was titled Special. The second song I liked was Birthday Girl. It celebrates the joy and empowerment of women, particularly on their birthdays. In the verses, Lizzo expresses her gratitude for her team and the unbothered attitude they share in the face of criticism. She recognizes her journey from humble beginnings and celebrates the bond she has formed with her friends, highlighting their shared experiences and the resilience that has brought them together. With that, it highlights the good friendships you make in bad times and how that strength is stronger than a relationship ever will be. I personally value a strong friendship and the longevity of that, and would take them over any relationship if it wasn't worth the fight. It was and still is one of my favorite songs from Lizzo because it has such a nice delivery and how she sings, and added the voice notes from her friends and fans for the bridge. It was just a very nice thing to listen to. Again, going into the disco-inspired R&B and pop-infused track just made this song a perfect concoction. It had the glimmer and glam that it needed to give it that push. The final song I wanted to talk about was If You Love Me. The lyrics suggest that even though the singer has learned to love herself, being with someone else makes her question everything she knows about herself. She feels insecure and wonders how someone could ever love her when she struggles to love herself. The bridge, all everything the light touches, all baby give me the light touches, reinforces that the singer wants someone to love and embrace all aspects of her life, no matter how big or small. The various scenarios in the song, like being locked outside in the rain or when the darkness takes over her mind, shows that she desires someone who will be there for her no matter what. It had that same feeling as Breakup Twice did, but it felt more nostalgic and reminiscent of this personal relationship. I loved that personal feel it had, and it connected to the rest of the album, especially because this was the second to last on the record. Now with that, I think I will move into the rankings of the album. This will be on a best to worst scale, taking lyrical content, music composition, and vocal capabilities into account. Starting with number 1 being Special, number 2 is 'Cause I Love You, number 3 is Big Girl, Small World, and last at number 4 is Lizzo Bangers. While Lizzo is a phenomenally talented artist in multiple different genres, she isn't one that I listen to heavily, though certain songs I will admit to listening more than once as soon as I hear it. She can easily blend so many genres, and I think she succeeds at pop and disco pop the best. Her newest album has had some of her best work, and I think the previous album just was the start to that train of insanely well written and produced music. Overall, I think she is one that takes a certain ear to enjoy, but she has her moments of virality and appeal to everyone. I don't listen to her too much, but I can see her talent and growth as an artist. With that, I will leave that video here. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment for who I should cover next. And until next time, bye guys.